Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the this operator. So for example, if you see this particular program, what is the output we are going to expect? So see here, what we are doing is, so here I have a class called as student 10, and what I am doing by here, I have declared two variables, ID and name. Then after that I have a constructor student 10, and it is taking two parameters, ID and name, and they're assigned to the ID of instance variable and name of name instance variable. And after that I have a display method simply printing the ID and name. So after that I have S1, creating the S1 object, and also I am creating the S2 object. While creating the S1 object, I am passing 111 value, and I am passing the current with respect to the S1. So automatically those values are stored in the ID and name variable of with respect to S1 object. So after that I am creating the S2 object. While creating S2 object, I am passing 3 to 1 for the ID variable and RN for the string variable. So whatever the values we are storing, these values are stored in this particular ID name variables, and this also. So both whatever the values we are creating, what objects we are creating, those objects created and the values will be stored inside this particular ID and name variables. So in s1.display, if you call, the display method is printing ID and name. So what is the output we are expecting with respect to s1.display? We should get the value 1111 current, and with respect to s2 dot display, we are expecting 321 RN. So this is what the RN. So this is what output we are expecting. But what is the output? Let us see. So without this keyword, what will happen is the output we are going to get is 0 null 0 null. So the output we are going to get is 0 null 0 null. Why it is 0 null 0 null is, so what will happen is, here we will face a problem called as instance variable hiding. What we face a problem called as instance, remember it's a very important point, instance variable hiding. So what is meant by instance variable hiding is, here your instance variables and your constructor parameter names both are same. What happens is, once these both the instance variables and your parameter names are both same, here id is equal to id, what will happen is, it will not assign to the id of the class, it will assign to the id of the parameter only. What the compiler will going to give the most priority for this particular local variables only. So id is equal to id means this id will be referred, name is equal to name, this name is going to be referred. That's why whatever the values are passed 1 current and they're assigned to with the help of parameters, those values are not assigned to the instance variables. They are not assigned to the instance variable. They are not at all assigned to the instance variable. They are assigned to only for the this. So how we can overcome this particular instance variable hiding problem is by using the this keyword. So what we can do is, what is the this keyword is, this will point towards the current object. This will point towards the current object. See here, previously we have the statement id is equal to id. Now I replace it with this dot id is equal to id and this dot name is equal to name. So what happens now, while creating s1 object, I am calling the constructor is going to call by passing the parameters 1, 1 and current, and they are stored in the ID and name. But here what we are written, this dot ID is equal to, who called the constructor S1 object. So this S1 object is pointed by this. So this means simply, so whenever the constructor student 11 is student 11 is called, this is automatically called with respect to the S1 object creation. So automatically this will point out the S1. So here now currently it will point out the S1. So simply here, what is this dot id is equal to id is S1 dot id is equal to S1 dot id is equal to id, and S1 dot name is equal to name. So automatically, so the previous problem is eliminated. That now automatically one current is going to store in the s1 object id instance variable s1 dot name. So s1 in name instance variable, like that with respect to s2 also. Now as with respect to s2, again the constructor is called and pass the parameter 2 to rn. Here also now this is point to the s2 object. So this is how we eliminate the problem of instance variable hiding. So this is the advantage of the this keyword. What is this keyword is? This keyword is always points the current class object. So now we get the output 1 current and triple to RN. So this is the advantage of the this keyword. So the previous problem, that is 0011, is eliminated by the help of this particular. Previously we got 0 null and 0 null. So this particular problem is eliminated by using the this keyword. So that is the advantage of the this keyword. So next topic, what we can what we can discuss is, that is what is the other purpose of this keyword also. See this particular program, then you can understand what is the purpose of this keyword. So now here I have a class called as sum, and the particular sum is having three different constructors. One is sum of, and sum int a, and sum int comma b. So we are all, so this particular one is concept is called as constructor overloading. What is the constructor overloading is, constructor name is same, but here it is a empty constructor. There is no argument constructor. It is taking integer, a singular integer, and here taking two integers. So the same constructor name, and by differentiated by the what kind of number of parameters. That's why it is called as constructor overloading. So it's a different concept. I will explain later this. But before this, what is happening here is, while creating the object, I am calling sum of 10 comma 2. That means I am passing two integers. Among these three constructor, which constructor is passed? 10 comma 2, two integers. Two integers received by the this particular constructor. So I have passed 10 comma 20 is passed here. Here I have written this comma 10. So what will happen? That this is point in the current class. What is the current class? So sum is the, so automatically it is, this means sum of 10. So automatically this constructor is going to pass. Again it will call this. So first, what is the output of this particular program is, it is not a two parameters constructor is going to get the output. What we are going to get is, first we are going to get no parameter constructor. After that we are going to get one parameter as constructor. Then only we got two parameters constructor. So this is how the program is going to execute it. So let us see this. I will write the same program, then you can understand how that particular program is going to execute. We change the same program. Now see here how this works. So now we write one empty constructor, my class. So no parameters constructor, and we write one my class int b. So let us write the program. So no need to say, nothing is required. We simply, so what we can do is, we call now this of 10. So this of 10 will call my class of int comma b, and let's print some information here. System dot out dot println to parameterized constructor. So now take these two statements. So now here what we can do is, now we call the above constructor by using this of. So it is one parameter as constructor, and here this thing. Now it is no parameterized constructor. Now see the output. Now let's say compile the program. Now execute. So the first the no parameter constructor, then one parameter constructor, then two parameter constructor. So first of all, what is happened? New my class of Ramu 511 is called this particular constructor. Here the first statement is this of 10. Automatically it is matching the constructor is my class int a comma is called, and the first statement of my class of int comma b this of it is going to call my class. So the first statement is going to do is no parameter constructor, then it is going to print one parameter, then two parameters. So this is how the constructors are going to be executed. So this is also called as constructor chaining. This is also one constructor is calling the another constructor. So this is called as constructor chaining. One constructor is calling the another constructor. So now we can also use this keyword in another manner also. For that program also we can do in this particular thing only. In this program only, what we can do is here is we write one method, that is void set okay, void print, and here what we can do is we just put some statement. Constructor is called print method. So now what we can do is here we put one state, that is with the help of this keyword we can call the methods also. So now I am writing this dot print off. So it is going to call the print method. It is going to call the print method. Let us execute the program and see the output. So now it is called the constructor is called the print method. I am not called that print method from the m1 with respect to I'm not called m1 and print, but how it is called is inside this particular constructor I am using by using this. So by using this operator we can also call the instance methods also. That is the how, that is the topic. So by this we are completed the concept of this. So what is this is? This is always point in the current class object. This is always point in the current class object. So thank you very much.